Hello, my sweet crafty friends. It's Monique with Grace and Tattered Lace. Today we're going to make a cute little cutting board with some hand lettering on it. This little dome-shaped board did come from our shop, graceandtatteredlace.com. The first thing I did was paint it with some Dixie Belle paint in the color of drop cloth. And now we just used weeping willow. We made a stripe with a painter's tape, and then I reapplied the tape to make another stripe. We're also using Dixie Belle in the color of pine cone. Friends, you don't have to use this Dixie Belle product. You can find paint that is very similar at Hobby Lobby or at Michael's, probably even Walmart. It's just my preference. Anyway, now I'm using some Dixie Belle paint in the color of coffee bean. It is a very dark brown color. I have a plastic painter's knife that came from Hobby Lobby. I dipped it, the bottom side, in some of that paint, tapped it off on my napkin, and then went around the edges and the surface to give it that chippy look. Now I have this printable that I got from Danielle over at Imperfect Dust, hand lettered art by Danielle. She has an amazing subscription group with over 500 templates to use. You can use these on anything, friends. You can use it on hand lettering. You can use it on your Cricut machine. Heck, if you have a laser like me, you can even cut it on your laser. Anyway, now I'm using some graphite paper and a little stylus tool. It's kind of like a little dotting tool that you use for your nails. And I traced the template onto my board. And now I'm using a Picasa art pen and going over the tracing and doing my hand lettering. You guys, this is so relaxing. It comes out so awesome. And if you don't feel like you have the skills and you don't know how to do this, Danielle also has a group that teaches you how to do this lettering. She has an event coming up here in February, 2-day event for $10, guys, $10 to do hands-on lettering. I'll put the links to all of her groups and subscriptions in the comments below, but I think if this is something that you're interested in, it's awesome and I highly recommend it. So you can see I just went through and traced the letters, and now I'm going back over and filling things in and giving it the definition to make it complete. Look how awesome that looks, you guys. I love the different styles of font, the script, and then the printing, the kind of the farmhouse looking printing there on the bottom. Now I did do another craft with this on the live, but when I cropped this out, it just didn't show very well. So if you want to see the cute little bunny that I made to go with it, I'll put the link to the full live tutorial in the comments as well, and you can go check that out. Now I'm just using some Dixie Belle Best Dang Wax in the color of, I think I have a little bit of brown and a little bit of black. I cannot recall what I used there, but we just went around the edges, gave it that vintagey look, going down the stripes now, giving it that definition. If you don't like this, grungy, vintage, worn look, this is not a step that you have to do. You can skip this part if you like that just very crisp looking farmhouse look. It's just a preference that I like, and so this is what I do. But by all means, you do what you like. I'm just giving you some ideas here. All right, once we got the wax on, I went ahead and added a bow. I'm using my bow maker. It's called Bow Dabra. You can find it on Amazon, Michael's, Walmart, Hobby Lobby. It's a great tool to help you make bows. And I'm just alternating some different fabrics and some ribbon in here to get the bow to go on the top of this. Now, as always, my bow was quite large, so I ended up having to trim it down a little bit to get it to fit on there, but look at how stinking cute that is, you guys. We're going to add a little bit of greenery in there. That is berry bush. It's from Hobby Lobby. Last I heard in the fall it was discontinued, but It is more of a spring of greenery, so hopefully I'm praying that they do bring it back in the spring. And it comes on a garland. You'll find it in the greenery section. I'm just trimming that bow down just to kind of get it to fit on this board a little bit better. You can see that little bunny that we made right there at the top of the screen. He was cute, standing on a little spring, and I thought he was darling, but the video just didn't show it well, so I had to cut it out. Anyway, I just added a little bit more greenery in between the layers of the ribbon, and I think that this turned out so cute, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it inspires you. Hope that you go check out Danielle and consider doing her class, because this is so fun and so relaxing. Thanks for watching, friends. If you enjoyed this, give it a little sprinkle for me, and I'll catch you later. Love y'all. Bye-bye.